with the session. Dr. Vaibhav Mishra, sir.
Thank you, Kathy. Hopefully, I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's my esteemed pleasure to introduce Dr. Mandava Prasad. Sir has a total teaching experience of more than 23 years, and he is Professor and Head of Department of Orthodontics, Narayan Dental College as for now. He's a fellow of Academy of General Education. He's a fellow from Perifosci Academy. He's a fellow of International College of Dentists, and the list goes on. If I read all the fellowships, it will take 1 hour for me. He's I think served in all the prestigious institutes: Mangalore, Chitradurga, Davangere, College Davangere, and now right now he's in Narayana Dental College for since 2006 as professor and HOD. His academic achievements are scientific papers presented in almost all the international and national conferences, all the PG conventions. He's been an invited guest lectures, regular invited guest speaker to all the conferences of IOC. His publications vary from all the international to national journals. I think he's got more than 50 publications in international and national journals, which is commendable. He's chairman of member benefit program of JIOS from 2018 to 21. And he's also undergraduate and postgraduate examiner to various universities almost throughout India. And his research activities include ORCID, Scopus author, PhD scholar. He's a PhD co-guide to Annamalai University. He's a PhD examiner at RGUHS, Bangalore, NITTE, MGR Educational Research Institute, and the list goes on. So I'll not take much time and be between the informative lecture of Sir and the audience. Sir, I request you to start with that. And I apologize for cutting short your CV.
Thank you very much, dear Vaibhav. Wonderful words from you. And this is also our lunch time for everybody. I'll try and finish it as early as possible. Am I audible, Ajay? Audible?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible.
Yeah. So, very good afternoon, dear friends. I know it is the lunch time. Even I have ordered my lunch. So sit with your lunch. Don't leave. Enjoy the next half an hour. Don't leave even after half an hour. Jitu Bhai is behind me. He will also come and give a good talk. So the topic which I have been given is research orientation, new generation. So it is a virtual orientation, of course. Same thing is happening. World of webinars, all of us have been enlightened with the knowledge. So much of knowledge is free, and we have all the free webinars. You can see. So see the quotation that learning never stops at IOS, but usually I never miss the IOS. Like I missed that slot somehow. The distraction, osteogenesis, wonderful work from everyone throughout the globe. So I will not tell much about me. Everything Vaibhav has covered. Just I started my life at Manipal, that's all. So there's a short film. So it is a wonderful initiative from the management of Simbhai Patel Dental College, the SPU University. Great initiative for the learning cycle. So that I welcome you all to this webinar now. So a great work has been done and wonderful topics covered, covering all the research aspects, and which made things easier for us. As Vignesh, my friend Vignesh was telling, it is very easy now for us to So just to eliminate all those things and go ahead with the aspects which are not touched. So dear friends, see all our Dr. Gauri, my brother, the department, excellent by yesterday, even Puneet, all of you have done great, commendable work, and the president, secretary ma'am, and the president-elect, dear friend Sri Krishna. So if you know what we were doing, it would not be called research. This all of you will agree to that. Research is fun. So the background so today's topic, the research is searching again and again, and with evidence, of course. Evidence is very important now, and there are paradigm shifts, as everyone was speaking since the last 2 days. There are paradigm shifts. The current paradigm shift, just now Sridevi was telling, that is also, I will also be talking on that. The current is your oral health related quality of life. So the research, just I want to start with a simple exam. Research is creating new knowledge. If you don't create new knowledge, it becomes stagnant. So we forget those things which are stagnant, and we only search for the new things which are added. Take example now, way. Jackson stride, there is a modification, and now we have airway focused orthodontics. It is a separate, it is developing as a separate branch now in the US, and they have airway forced orthodontic mini conferences also. And you can see here, now you see the outer ring, oral related quality of oral health related quality of life. It's published by Dr. LB, a dear friend from Kerala. So he's heading the department. Now he has been invited to the AAO to speak on the same thing this year. So he will be going to AAO. He has already told me. So speaking about the same topic, the oral health rate, quality of life, measures in ethics. My dear friends, so in future the prompts will be the mainstay of outcome assessment compared to the clinical and peer assessment and caregiver assessment. So the patient reported experiences are also very important. I will tell you that in the end. So the enhancement, even the WHO, you can see there, the enhancement of quality of life is important, whether it is medicine or dentistry, the enhancement of the quality of life of the patient. That is the most important thing. So the quality of life is a major shift in the philosophy of orthodontic treatment. This Dr. Kalasar was also speaking on that, the modern healthcare paradigm. So the impact of orthodontic treatment and the oral health related quality of life in children. So why we can see for a Pentagon, so the things have changed so much from the Jackson stride, which was given in early 1900s, probably. So that we call this research. When if this is published, H-indexed, a good H-index journal, quality index. All our speakers were talking about quality of the articles, include everybody was talking. So the research is progressive. So we need to get into the create new knowledge. So do not sit back and wait, investigate, do the research. As this is a wonderful quote by Dr. Graeber, science knows no borders. We want the best information and we don't care where it comes from. That is very true, sir. So the search is systematic search, the original contribution to the existing stock. So the cycle keeps on adding new things. The research cycle, all of you know, the publishing. Our friends were talking about publishing and planning, why to publish and how to promote your publishing. Dr. Sridevi was talking on how to promote the publishing in various ways. So the systematic investigative process employed to increase or revise the current knowledge and by discovering new facts. So the wheel of the research, this is the wheel of research of course, all the study designs, these were all discussed by so many of our speakers yesterday, the data collection, all these things. I will not go into the details of this. That's how the research cycle happens. And I will just want to mention you, highlight you on this. These are the very, very important things to highlight your research. So you should know a little bit about this area. Before I go into those aspects, I will have to talk a little about a couple of minutes about the pyramids, the various, there are so many pyramids of research. As all of you know, here if you see this, you have filtered information and unfiltered information. Then you have the other pyramid, you can see the NICE guidelines. These are very quality based, the NICE guidelines. Then you have the Cochrane, of course, Cochrane systematic reviews. Then you have filtered appraisal done and filter which appraisal is not done. Okay, this is one pyramid and this is the other type of pyramid. So Professor Archibald Lehman Cochrane. So this is a recent article. If you see that the levels, you can see the levels. The level 1 is your systematic review of the meta-analysis of randomized control trials. Okay, then you have the evidence-based clinical practice guidelines based on systematic reviews. That tops the pyramid. These are the levels which are given recently. The level 2, well-designed RCT. Yesterday Adit also was talking about this, a well-designed RCT, and level 3, a control trial without randomization. Then telling you about the case reports also, which are the pyramid, but we need to focus on the case reports also. It is very well said by Adit yesterday. So the evidence I told you, the NICE guidelines, the quality standards. Okay, this is based on the social care and the public health. So all the research which all our friends have been talking, the research, the main focus is on the patient. Okay, Dr. Puneet also was telling now what is the benefit to the patient, how our research is benefiting the patient. That is the future which is coming now. So many studies are focused on the patient benefits. So that's what the NICE guidelines have been doing. The IOM Institute of Medicine, you can see the STEEP guidelines. Here also you can see down there, the patient-centered. All the research is focused is this way, patient-centered. So I want to talk about the citation data, the metrics, the bibliography, all of you know, it is the references, forget about this. So we will just go alt metrics. This is what Dr. Sridevi was talking just a couple of hours back. She went into complete details. That very, very true. This is also useful. It is need of the hour in the current generation, that to this technical generation, that is the need of the hour. So the alt metrics in research evaluation, the non-traditional, and you have the traditional. Everything was told in detail by Dr. Sridevi. Wonderful presentation that was. So though I will just take you a little bit into the bibliometrics. So the 4 bibliometric indices used to determine the journal's impact and quality. Here you can see the Hers index, H index. Everybody talks about H index, H index. My dear friends, I'm telling you, in the future, when you go to the conferences, your friends will just wish you and then say, what is your H index? What is your Scopus index? What is your Publons index? So that is very near now, will be shortly coming now. Then you have, see this here, the quality. These are the quality journals. If you see the most cited things, the AJO, AO, and the EJO, then the JO. So the bibliometric study, the citation data, Hers, I want you to, somehow I got his picture for you. That is Hers. Here he's the man who has given the H index for us. So he himself, look at his words. I propose the H index defined as the number of papers and the citation number equal to, greater than or equal to H as useful index to characterize the scientific output of a researcher. So the H index gives the scientific output of the researcher. So the great scientists, they may not need the H index, but we at the various universities working, the academicians, we need because we need for the university faculty requirement, all of us know, and what is your H index, and even the NRIF, you take the NAC bodies and the NRIF bodies, all the bodies, they want to, you see your H index, that to the quality. Quality index, I am just going into that also. This is an example I want to quote you. So I got my data for you. You can see here, the H index here is little bit okay, the around 11, and I10 is I10 is the number of publications with at least 10 citations. Then the Google Scholar, you can see here, they have a lot of citations in the Google Scholar. The problem is there are some concerns about the data quality. Okay, so the quality of the Google citation data, because it is broad range, it is taken from all over the things. So then if you come to the ResearchGate, this is also very important. This gives you only the PubMed citation, purely the PubMed citations. And also then you can see here, the H index has dropped from the Google to the ResearchGate. You can see the H index, that you can see the underlined in the red color, that is excluding the self-citations. This I want to tell you a little bit about this self-citations. Yesterday, so many were talked citations, and Dr. Lord Mahindra, he had his lecture is on citations, and so many were talking, Adit and so many others, about the citations. But the good news you can see here, this is the recent article in Progress of Orthodontics. You can see there, the author, the self-citation in orthodontics is associated with author origin and intent. So the authors, the good news is authors in orthodontics do not self-cite at a frequency that suggests potential citation manipulation. So the citation manipulation is very, very less percentage in orthodontics. That is good news for us, dear friends. So next, coming to the Scopus, you can see here, again, this is quality indices, then the H index has dropped more. You can see there, then the Publons, of course, you can see the reviews are added, thanks to my friend, this thing, Punit Bhai. The reviews he has been sending, so that way the reviews are slowly building up, the reviews. But the H index, you can see the Publons H index, that is just gone down to 3. And the Clarivate, this is the current thing. Clarivate is the leader. Then this is the fresh from the pot. You can see here, the Clarivate, the author impact beam plots. This is the new way to understand the citation impact of your research. So, my dear friends, all of you should, ORCID already, Dr. Sridevi has told earlier just now, ORCID, you should have an ORCID ID, otherwise you will not be even to upload an article in most of the journals. You should create an ORCID ID immediately, and all the registered to all these sites. Mendeley, this is part of the Scopus. Then you have the, coming to the H index, you can see the father of orthodontic journals, AJO, all of us know. And now this was taken 6 months back, this data. Now the H index must have gone up. All these journals, you can see on the top 10 H index journals of orthodontic specialty. You can see there. It is based on the SJR and the SNP ratio. You can see here all the rings you can see. So based on the H index and the SNP and SJR ratio, that is how you will find out your quality journals. Then all of you should unlock your research, register and upload your work. The large percent of work is unpublished. So publish your research. This is what Dr. Sridevi was talking just a couple of hours before. You can see here, publish your research. Publishing it is very, very important. Doing such good work and not publishing, so it doesn't serve any purpose. So I want you to, my dear friends, what I want you to make aware of all these different various sites and these scientific websites, the ResearchGate, the Scopus, the Publons, and Google. All of this, all you should immediately register here and post your publications there. Then you can see your citation index rising. That gives a lot of satisfaction and confidence for us. So what do you mean by research integrity? You can see just being honest. Okay, honesty. Even Dr. Vignesh was talking about that. So why you should publish? Yes, it is the responsibility to society, contributing to the scientific progress, the responsibility, recognition by your peers, of course, elders, and you are appreciated very well. And the professional advancement metric, as I told you previously, in the Hirsch's article I told you, the promotions and the grant applications and for research funding. So for all this, you need to publish your work and upload in the various sites. And as Sridevi also told, the other alt metrics is a different issue, and you need alt metrics also in the current generation. And these are the quality areas, the COPE and ICMJ, all of you know. And so the research integrity, I will not talk. Rajiv has spoken very well. And the intentional, non-intentional, all this plagiarism, unintentional and intentional plagiarism, this all been spoke about. And the whole, this is very true, my dear friends. So don't just copy and paste there and land up in trouble. So the plagiarism now, the Dental Council of India, the plagiarism is, it has been viewed strictly now. So you need to take care. So the research for the future. So the McLaughlin Bennett, he says the perfect solution to any treatment is 5.0 prescription. So the evidence-based research and the translational research, which is coming now, the highest level of evidence, we need to accept applying highest level of evidence for the benefit of the patients. Finally, it is surrounded with our patients. So the advance of quality of care that we will provide for our patients in the future. So moving towards this, Dr. Kala also was speaking about this a few months back. Moving towards precision orthodontics, an evolving paradigm shift in planning and delivery of customized orthodontic therapy. So it is biodigital orthodontics, all of you know. If you have seen the current recent textbooks, recent editions updated. So biodigital orthodontics is coming up. It's coming up very fast, and the nanotechnology, of course. And now the latest hype is, all of you know, with the aligners. Now the hype is about the artificial intelligence that is also coming. I will just show you in the coming slides. So all the future prospects of the orthodontic brackets are appropriate materials. The smart devices are highly desirable and compelling goals. So over the coming decades, the precision orthodontics will contribute to benefit from advances in many fields. Okay, technologically we are upgrading. You can see from the 1890s to the present. You can see the initially, so the various appliances. You can see here the light versus heavy, the intermittent forces, the self-ligating, the custom wires. Then the 1970s to the present. Then came the pulsed electromagnetic fields, the ultrasound, the lasers. So based on the tooth movements, all these things, then you can see the upcoming future. We can expect local delivery of proteins, the gene therapy, of course, the gene therapy, lot of studies are being done on the gene therapy, the local delivery of proteins, the drugs designed to mimic biomolecules. So the drugs are given to mimic the biomolecules, then the pharmacogenomics. So that is how it is moving. So the research for the new generation, you need to focus on all these areas. And of course, the future approaches will target to the locally modified specific biological processes. So everything is focused on the biological processes that also could take into account the individual's patient's genotype and epigenetics. Recently, I was attending some orthoperio webinars. There also they were talking about genes and the genotype and the phenotype coming to the gingival tissues. So that is also, we are also related to that. So all these current research are happening now. So the new generation had to focus on all these areas. So you can see here, all from the saliva also. The saliva also, so much research is being done on the based on the saliva and then the molecular analysis. So this is a proposed vision for the integration of technology and biomedicine towards precision orthodontics. After the biodigital orthodontics, now they're moving towards the precision orthodontics. So this the anger mind should keep in mind. Yes, there is something else. You can see here the artificial intelligence, what the future may look. We may not, we may not, hopefully, we would like to see these things coming up, but how far it will come into the practice, we'll have to wait and watch. So the hype is about the artificial intelligence, but my dear friends, the research is on the one side and the patient is on the other side. All the research is focused towards your patient. Believe me, the human mind and the human touch. There is no replacement, all of you know. So always be good to your patient, and all the research should help the patients and the society. So the carry home message, focus on the quality and the integrity. So register your work. Please register if at least if 10% from this people who have attended, if you register, I'll be very happy. So register your work on all the quality scientific databases, the ResearchGate and the Scopus and the Publons, all of course the Google Scholar, all the areas you need to focus. Then the ORCID also you should have, or most of the your quality journals, all the SAGE or whatever, the Willy or Elsevier, all these journals, they will ask for ORCID ID. So the evidence-based research and the patient-oriented research, patient-reported outcome measures, as I told you earlier, the first part of the lecture. So the patient-reported experience and outcomes from orthodontic treatment. So this is a recent article. The patient-reported experiences are very, very important. So the patient-reported, this question is useful, but patient-reported tool to identify the pre-treatment concerns. So pre-treatment concerns and the expectations, then the treatment experiences, then the outcome, then the orthodontic treatments leads to high levels of satisfaction. Yes, this is entirely a different topic. The high levels of satisfaction is nothing but the high self-esteem. So that is also very, very important. So I would like to dedicate this lecture, dear friends, to my uncle. He is the pillar of our family. Just last week we lost him 10 days back. So thank you very much, dear friends, for your patient hearing. So just stick on with the masks and the social distancing. It's not over yet. Bugs Bunny, they are fighting, but still it's not over yet. It's still there. So take care of yourselves. Be healthy, stay safe. Thank you once again. So these are my, any doubts, you can mail me or WhatsApp me or call me. I'll be very happy to tell you. Not before thanking my dear friend Ajay. Thank you, dear Ajay, for selecting the topic for me.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure
That's
listening
all,
to you.
folks. See you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sir,
thank you.
You can just answer the questions on the question and answer forum.
Yes, Vaibhav.
Manoj, sir, yeah. There are two questions.
Yes,
if you can
Vaibhav.
just answer them, sir.
Yes, Vaibhav.
Yeah, so there are two questions. I think only one question in the question and answer section. If you can
Yes,
answer
Vaibhav.
that, what is a peer? What if the author is not convinced with the reviews comment? How should he respond?
What, Vaibhav? Please come again.
You can check that question in the question and answer section.
Okay.
What if the author is not convinced with the reviewers comment? How does he respond with that?
See, the author, that is the decision of the author, the peer reviewer. Okay. So if the author is not convinced, we need to ask for the evidence. We need to check the evidence, and whatever questions are posted by the peer reviewer, you need to go back and check. And sometimes see the always the rejections. Dr. Guru also was telling the rejections happen for various reasons. So he may be overloaded with a lot of publications. So they give, it happened to me also. So many of my publications were sent back telling that